So UFC Rochester was this past weekend. Some really great fights on this card, starting with the trilogy of Charles Oliveira and Nick Lentz. So it's kind of been this very quiet trilogy because these guys are still very much up and comers in the division, making their way up into the top 15. But these guys have already competed against each other 2 times, with both of the previous occasions Charles Oliveira coming away with the win. One of them actually turned into a no contest due to an illegal knee, I believe it was. That was the first time they met, taking the win on the second. So this third one was really, the decider to see, if these guys, which one of these guys was going to come out on top. And Oliveira, in all fairness to him, he did it again. He's a submission specialist. He's known for that, but he actually managed to win by a TKO knockout on this occasion. Took him down with a great shot, and then instead of initially it looked like he was scrambling for a choke, and then he kind of just realized that this guy wasn't fighting back a lot anymore. He was turtled up, he was face down. He started giving the ground and pound. The ref was saying, "Show me something, show me something." Nothing was shown. And I think it was the right call. I don't think it was going to get any better for him going on from there. So, well done to Charles Oliveira. That's a great result for him. And it cements him, I believe, now into the top 15 of the lightweight division, which is a really good position for him moving forward. Moving on, the next fight was probably, for me, the most interesting fight with the exception of the main event, and that was Vicente Luque versus Derek Krantz. Now, Derek Krantz was on the UFC show looking for a fight with Dana White. So this, for anyone who doesn't know, this is a supplementary TV show that Dana White does, and it's him going around and going to smaller events around the country, around the world, looking to recruit new talent for the UFC. And in this one, he goes to an LFA show, I believe it was in Austin, correct me if I'm wrong, and he finds Derek Krantz, who's got this rather deep record. He's 22 wins, 11 losses, he's over 30 fights. That's a real veteran. He's over 30, I can't remember if he was 31 or 32, and he's adamant about being signed. He's shouting to Dana, he's trying to get his attention, and at the end of the show he gets signed up. Now, Vicente Luque, on the other hand, is a top 15 welterweight, and he was set to fight. The name escapes me. There was a pullout, the space was left open, Derek Krantz got the call, Derek Krantz takes the opportunity. It really reminded me of that film, Here Comes the Boom, because it's this real kind of underdog story of this guy who's coming to the end of his career, really, when you look at his age and his experience. And he gets this last minute chance to fight in the big leagues. And not only fight in the big leagues, but fight a top 15 guy in a main event of a UFC show. Just a spectacular achievement even to make it there, let alone to debut in that spot. Unfortunately, it didn't go his way. So he lost by first round knockout. But the initial start of the fight was fantastic. The bell rings, let's get it on, let's fight, and Krantz runs across the octagon, throwing punches and landing effectively, shaking Luque. The whole crowd were on their feet. The commentators even mentioned Kamaru Usman standing up and being in complete shock about what had been happening. Real good showing though by Vicente for keeping his composure. He found a scramble, he got his head back together, and then he turned it round and did what he did. So a really exciting event, and with a great little backstory, and I do hope that Krantz gets another opportunity to perform, because I think he really made a statement that he was here to fight, he wasn't just here to take part. So well done to both of those gentlemen on what I thought was a great fight for that evening.